Greetings from Bulgaria, I'm VULKK, and in this very short and simple video guide I will more likely remind you than tell you brand new stuff, because this boss isn't new, the mechanics also aren't new. I personally haven't done TFB hard mode in nearly 2 years or so, and it was interesting to remember what was the difference between, in my case, Nightmare and hard mode. We do have the sphere smaller part for the first phase. And we've also separated the group in pairs with the different colors. We have 2 DPS in blue phase, which is the longest, and that's why you can afford to lose 2 DPS, one sitting in the middle, the second one channeling the bottom. By the way, in case you don't know, that's the same for story, hard and nightmare mode. The buttons with the 4 colors, blue, orange, purple and yellow in this color, always appear one after another in this same order, and their location here physically in the room is always on the same pillar. So in blue phase we have 2 DPS. We usually pick the burstiest DPS to have them available after that. This is a leftover tactic from the nightmare mode where DPS was sometimes an issue. Here in nightmare, in hard mode, forgive me, it's not really a problem. You don't have to kill the cores at the same time, and the duration for each one of the color phases is long enough. You even have time to step by and kill some droids on the way from one core to the other. There is no matter which core you will start first or how many people you put on it. That's why we didn't bother assigning people like you're on the left, you're on the right, or you're in the south, you're in the north. It doesn't really matter that much. Our second group for orange phase consists of a healer and DPS. And we do have, forgive me, it's a DPS and a tank. And we do have our DPS sitting in the middle.
Safety fail-safes, green nonagon, gray concave, no.
Orange sphere is near me.
During purple phase, one of these big regulators will spawn, and since they're kind of scary and dangerous to the tanks because they do more damage than the small silver droids, it's not a bad idea to stop by while you're moving from one core to the next one and help kill that droid during the phase. Again, depends on the team's gear and level of preparedness for this fight. If you find yourself lacking gear, you will not have enough time to kill those. However, you will see the timer on the left side of the screen, 55 seconds dropping down, is a very long time and more than enough for any sort of averagely geared team of 8 people to be able to take down the cores. The next phase is 50 seconds long. For the purple phase we have a healer and a tank, and unfortunately we've lost our tank here due to the 2 droids focusing on him, and well, we were just not paying attention. And then for yellow phase we have a healer and a DPS, so this is done so we can have both of our tanks available for yellow phase and for the transition after that. During the transition after yellow phase and when the big droid is spawning up, this is the transition between phase 1 and phase 2. There is a lot of damage coming from the big thing, and it's advisable to use all kinds of defensive cooldowns. Second phase consists of this. Every few seconds, for God's sake, I can't remember how long was the duration, the boss will go in a shield and will be undamageable. During this time you will have to go on top of a specific colored circle that is around the boss. Compared to nightmare mode, it doesn't matter if you step on other colors here, it's not advisable and recommended, but you can still do it without wipe. And compared to what sphere you picked in the beginning, you have to remove the same color. You can remove the 2 color for your team in case the second player is dead, busy with something else, or just late. However, there are never more than 2 of the same color circles on the floor during this short phase when the boss is shielded up. The two silver regulators will spawn from time to time. Again, I can't remember the timers. All you have to do with them is just bring them in the middle and interrupt their channeling ability. That's the one and only dangerous thing that they do. Every time after the shield drops down, the droid is going to call for deletion protocol. This is where you need to pay the most attention in phase 1. Someone is going to get marked with a color and they will get a color circle on their feet marked on the floor. This person, what we do is bring that person to the middle under the boss, and the person who has the same color deletion protocol from phase 1, you remember killing the spheres, will go and delete that deletion protocol standing next to the first person in the middle. I know I could, that's purple for example, right now we're explaining.
Purple.
I don't think I can explain that any better than this, and my apologies for lacking the proper English dictionary to be able to tell it more properly and more fluently. What we do is we set the left group in our ops frame to go for deletion first. This is usually consisting of 2 DPS and 2 healers. Why we do that? Because we want our healers to be the first to go delete and they can focus on healing for the rest of the fight.
Orange. Orange, Praetorian.
Come on.
Don't do that.
Odds up.
Operator response timed out.
Please repeat.
The fight in hard mode is easy enough and it can definitely be finished with less number of people. Thank God we lost 2 of our guys near the end, so it wasn't a big problem.
Great box, are they on?
But phase 2 is only consisting of the deleting protocol. During the shield you have to clear the color circles, and that's it, just DPS down the boss.
Timed out. Please repeat.
The spheres in phase 1 are definitely kind of a big step in terms of different mechanics from story mode. But also compared to night mode, it's a lot easier in phase 2 because if you step on other color, on other circle color, you don't wipe immediately. And this is the fight. If you're watching the video from my website, you will find combat logs attached down below. If not, you can always visit the link leading to my website, find this video and check out the combat log. Don't forget to watch all of the other videos in the series and maybe check out the other operations I've done so far. Thank you guys, I hope this video was useful to you. It's not a scripted guide, so forgive me for saying things the wrong way sometimes. But if you have a question, feel free to ask me. I would be more than glad to explain things better in written form. See you next time, bye bye. Крайне видео.